Have you ever canoed down a babbling brook?
No, but I have cried at a Taco Bell.
Oh, same thing. Listen up, campers.
It's time to buckle up, pitch a tent, and take a hike.
Because Camp Counselors is a variety show.
So prepare for a good old-fashioned kumbaya,
Weird news,
hot gossip,
and scary stories around the campfire.
so spooky.
Is this podcast even about camping?
No, but it is camp. This is Camp Counselors. Hey, happy campers! Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch.
It is week 69 here at camp.
69, and I'm feeling so fine. 69 has a really funny connotation. It's probably...
You better not.
It quite possibly might be the funniest number.
Yeah.
I know. We're having a lot of funny numbers lately. The end of the year was 123, 123.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
But did you see, I saw a meme and someone was like, only like these countries that like read dates that way. Because most of the world does day, month, year, but we're being random when we're like month, day, year. What's up with America? Let's start out the new year with what's up with America.
Yeah, like why do we do inches? What's going on with meters over there?
What's going on with Celsius?
Why don't we measure? It makes sense for 0 degrees to be freezing. Why 32?
No, I completely agree. Am I willing to change? No. Did you know, and I cannot tell you what country it was, that up until I think the 50s or the 60s, the United States was paying a South American country to keep using like the metric system so that we wouldn't be the only one?
No.
This is a fact. This is a fact. I'm not making it up.
Did you fact check on Snopes.com?
I didn't, but something inside me is telling me this is true, and it's too exciting for me to make up. I don't have a mind as wild as yours. So I believe I'm going to go on a hunch and say it's Honduras.
Okay.
It's somewhere in South America. We were paying so that they would use it. And yes, I can find Honduras on a globe, but I don't know if that makes it correct.
All right. I could not tell you where it is.
Yeah. So 69, though, it's a funny number. It's going to be a funny episode.
So back to 69.
Who doesn't like a little 69?
You know how it is.
To start out, everyone should start out your January this year doing 69. It's dry out. Everyone's doing dry January. Everyone's trying to get like healthy.
Yeah, everybody wants a dry 69.
No, I don't want a dry 69.
My skin is so dry right now. I took a shower and I'm like, am I even like wet?
No, I know. I literally know what you're talking about. My scalp. I had to wear a hat today. I'm gonna be vulnerable.
Do it.
Vulnerable at the first recording of our year here.
Yes.
It's obviously episode 2 of 2024, but this is the first time we're recording in this year. I am experiencing a light bout of dandruff. Something I'm not really familiar with. I don't know if we're using too hot of a water, but I'm going to take a hot shower. One thing about me is I'm going to take a scalding shower. I need to. It relaxes my muscles.
Who wants to take a cold shower? There are people who do it and they're like, it wakes up your body.
Oh my God. I'm not a polar plunge ass bitch. I would like to do a polar plunge one year though.
I will watch and I will clap.
Yeah, I'm also not up early on January 1st. Like, we were hungover. We spent the entire January 1st just, like, watching 8 hours of Gilmore Girls eating Chinese food.
Literally 8 hours, not an exaggeration, of Gilmore Girls.
Did you feel guilty about that?
No.
Good. I was hoping, because I felt like I was getting a guilt vibe from you, and I was getting nervous.
No. It was just like, I looked at the clock and I said, oh my God, we've been watching a full season of Gilmore Girls. But I will say, back to Polar Plunge really, really quickly.
Go.
Have you been seeing videos of people doing it? I'm sure.
Of course.
Like, I feel like when you're in the moment, it's really fun. But when people are standing in a crowd with just like a stagnant camera filming people who are like, don't know which direction to go, and it's like stammering and everybody's really cold. I don't know. It couldn't be me.
Yeah. And I'd be running directly back to the car with the heater on the seats.
I watched this guy go like, literally like try to pivot in between people like 6 times. I'm like, this is like embarrassing. And I'm sure when you're doing it, it's like exhilarating and fun, but watching it back, I'm like, you're not getting anywhere anytime fast.
Well, I don't have a calloused toe. One thing about me, I don't have my feet are not prepared for the rocks that you encounter in the ocean. So what if you were to run into the ocean?
Okay.
And then you slice your foot on a rock, and then you're crying, and then you can't do the plunge because you're bleeding, and then you have to get out. And that's probably happened before.
Yeah, but it's numbing, so I feel like you're probably not going to feel much.
Well, I'm looking at all the reasons why I'm deciding not to do a polar plunge this year or next year, because I'm protecting my feet.
Okay, we can start the callousing today.
We can. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch. I'm your host, Zachariah.
I'm your host, Jonathan. We've never done that before.
I just felt like I wanted to do it. What are we talking about today, Jonathan?
We just kind of were shooting the shit on the couch and saying, what jobs do we think we would be good at with absolutely no prerequisite?
Yeah,
or maybe a little bit of prerequisite.
I think all of us come with a slight prerequisite of what we're doing.
Just a requisite.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're obviously incredible camp counselors, podcast hosts extraordinaires, internet video creators,
Jugglers,
really good liars.
Yeah.
But what are other things that we could bring to the table? Maybe not in this lifetime, maybe in this lifetime, but just careers that we would like to explore at some point.
Okay, would you like to take it away first?
I can go first. I think I would be a really good florist.
Okay,
Yeah.
putting in floors.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Flowers.
Of the flora and the fauna.
Of the edible arrangement kind.
My mom owned a florist shop. Have I talked about that in the podcast?
I don't know if you ever have.
Yeah, but during my youth, my mom owned a flower shop probably from when I was like age 6 to 12. So I grew up around flowers. I know the business. I know the business model. I know the popular holidays. I have a way with flowers. I think I'm very comfortable bundling and stripping down stems and building a dreamscape, if you will.
I will say you are very good at it. I can picture you being a little gay kid sticking a little daisy behind his ear. Did you ever do that? Sneak into the shop, put a little daisy behind your ear.
They called me Daisy Picker, and I've definitely said that before. Yeah, my mom would give me the discarded flowers that she wasn't using that were like either like, I don't know, like broken or brown or whatever, and she'd let me make little like dead arrangements with them.
I know you have a least favorite flower.
What's my carnations.
Oh, I would say snapdragon.
No, I love snapdragons.
Oh,
I don't.
shit.
I don't like carnations because I believe they are a filler flower, and that's just my opinion. If you love them, that's on you. You may not like snapdragons, and that's also on you. But no, I don't like those flowers.
Okay, so like what kind of situations are you going to market yourself for? I mean, obviously we have Mother's Day and the floral holidays, but like let's get creative and do like a crazy one to really set yourself apart from other businesses.
I think we need to bring back the random gift of flowers. I think people stopped. Obviously, it's a market that it's kind of frivolous. You know what I mean? Like they tend to die, as we know, and people don't have a lot of like, I don't know, disposable income to be spending a lot on flowers. So I am going to market the revitalization of these beautiful moments. Here is an arrangement for doing a good job at work.
You got your braces tightened. Here you go.
Yeah, I was just thinking about you, and I wanted to give you a bouquet of daisies.
Wrap them up in a newspaper.
Oh, I know.
Tuck it under your arm when walking through Brooklyn or Manhattan. Like, game over, bitch.
It doesn't matter where you are. If you're walking with a fresh bouquet of flowers, you have an air about you.
Yeah.
You have some sort of like pep in your step. I think every house is just so much more welcoming with a bouquet of fresh flowers.
I'll agree.
And if you can't buy them, you should definitely grow them.
Okay.
But I'm not much of a farmer. I'm not much of an herbivore. I'm not much of a gardener. That's the word I was looking for.
An herbivore, if you will.
No, yeah, I think I'm much more better in a flower exchange.
Okay, I see.
What would be a job that you think you could explore?
I think I would be a good museum guide.
Oh.
I feel like I know a lot about a little, and I feel like when we get older, there's going to be museums. I mean, I know there are now, but like specific museums around the time of like the mid 90s to the 2000s, the aughts, if you will. And I feel like I would do great. That is my bread and butter. I feel like I would be great at just guiding people around, giving them random facts that they didn't know they needed to know, or that they didn't even want to know. And I'm just kind of, sending it their way.
Yeah, you are a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
What kind would you open this museum? I don't think this exists.
Oh God, no. I think that's too much work. I like to come in like when the door's already quite literally installed and opening for me.
So you're not a curator?
No, I don't think. Well, maybe, you know what? I say that now, but no matter where I'm working, I'm going to put my 2 cents in.
I think like New York will eventually open a Y2K museum.
Yeah. If not, they do need to. Hey, we've got the iDog right here.
I know. Or at least a pop-up or like a traveling show.
I feel like they probably already have one. I should have Googled that before this.
I've never even heard of it. I don't, and I get a lot of targeted Facebook ads for pop-up events. I do. I'm like, what is the balloon museum? What the hell? I got invited to it. I saw it on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Regular balloons?
I'm still not sure. I haven't been.
Okay.
But there's a lot of pop-up museums. And I think maybe your destiny right now is to create that. And I know you don't want to, but maybe you are the curator
Maybe
of
I
this.
have to. Okay, I'm going on eBay.
You should.
We're gonna be getting a lot of packages delivered.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, so what else you got?
My next job is something that I take very seriously because I believe it will actually happen, and I'm not even joking.
Okay.
It's actually my real dream, campers. So if you're going to be silly and laugh at this, I'm going to be really pissed. So I really want to open my own breakfast spot.
Nobody's laughing. I think that's a great idea.
And I don't want to serve lunch. And I'm drawing the line at lunch.
Okay.
When that me, I draw the line.
At lunch.
At lunch.
Okay, so what time are we closing?
2.
Okay.
But breakfast can go till 2.
It absolutely can. There's a brunch.
Yeah, and there's also like heartier breakfast items. Like you can have a really good breakfast sandwich at 11:30 and you're going to be just okay.
So what's going to be your specialty? What have you got?
Blueberry muffins.
What have you got cooking? Blueberry muffins.
My specialty is going to be blueberry muffins.
Boy, oh boy.
Because I'm very specific about what makes a good blueberry muffin. And for me, it's the granulated sugar on top. It's got to have a hard casing of a crunch.
Yeah.
So many blueberries, the eyes, they bulge. I'm going to import my blueberries from Maine. And it's just going to be the perfect grilled blueberry muffin with a little bit of butter on it. I'm not adding lemon.
No.
I hate when people add lemon.
I like a little lemon. I do.
Well, maybe I can have a seasonal lemon blend.
Okay.
But blueberry muffins are my specialty. And then I'm also going to have an ice cream window.
Smart.
Seasonally.
Smart.
And then where this dream breakfast place is in town, it's somewhere near the town square. So there's always a seasonal holiday pop-up for Halloween and Christmas. So during Halloween, we have cider, and then during Christmas we open late night and we have mulled wine for the Christmas spectacular for the town.
It's giving Luke's.
No, it's giving Zachariah.
Okay. It's giving Stars Hollow.
Yeah, but mine has a lot. So like Luke's in Stars Hollow and Gilmore Girls, he's much more like cut and dry. There's no frivels. There's no posh. There's no doily.
Yeah, well, he's a straight man. No doily inside. Are you kidding me?
Imagine like eclectic little dishes, hand painted with a doily on it, and then I serve you a grilled muffin.
You already know how I feel about doilies. Like, I'm sold, bitch. Are you gonna sell your flowers out of the window?
Oh my god!
Oofa.
Stop! Oh my god, I'm crying. No, I literally, I like can feel it in my bones. Like, I think by the time that I'm like 40, I'm gonna like take a step back from recording myself every single day, and I'm just gonna like put all the money I've made towards a gorgeous little breakfast spot that will have such great merch, great food. It's gonna have the most fantastic brunch. My staff is gonna be paid so well, and I told you that you could run the ice cream part.
I'm having cold feet about that.
You don't want to be a part of it at all?
Babe, I love you. I don't think I want to do business. This is like enough business
already
for
are
me.
in business.
No, I know, but this is like good. I think we're good doing this. I will support you. I will be there for rope drop every morning to get myself. I'm going to be redeeming my morning muffin.
You know what's funny about breakfast too? You wake up early and then you're out early. You know what I mean? Like you get it open for 6, which I know is early, but like get over it, wake up. And then 2:00, turn the sign to closed and you have the whole day.
That's true.
That's what I like
true.
about it.
Okay.
And you can make a lot of profit on breakfast. Think how much you pay for like an egg plate. And let's talk about the egg plate real quick. You got 2 sunny side eggs, some potatoes, some bread, and some meat. And they charge you $10. Okay, that's a great markup on it. This is a really profitable business. But I'm going to be giving vibes. It's going to be a place that you want to take a photo in. It's going to be a place that you want to bring your mom when she's visiting in town. And she's
You
like,
have to have those good potatoes.
oh, this is special. I like the breakfast potatoes that are sauteed in some sort of Sazon with onions.
Ooh.
Like, I don't like a dry breakfast potato.
Sundays in Brooklyn.
Yep.
They have the best breakfast potatoes I have had. Well, second to Agape in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
I just feel like, but Sundays in Brooklyn, they really curated a vibe. And I think people are willing to like wait for a good breakfast if the food is good and the vibe is better.
Yeah. And the little cake, what do you call it? The refrigerated cake, cylindrical
If you give
cake
away
thing.
all of my tips and tricks.
Sorry.
We went to a breakfast place though when we were on a different trip that we talked about on this show. And they gave me something when I sat down with a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I won't say it, but it literally was like, this is it. I'm stealing this idea and I can't wait to steal it.
Yeah. That was cute. We were like, wait, we've never had this before.
I'm a shark when it comes to business. But guys, look out for my breakfast business. Anyways, I'm not saying any more because I want it to happen.
Okay.
Jonathan, do you have another job that you'd like to do?
And this, I'm just dreaming big. Still in the entertainment business as per usual. I think I could be a good puppeteer. What do you think?
I don't.
You don't?
I just want to be positive and I want to support you. I'm not seeing a market for it. I'm not. Where are you putting on these shows? The
town square, of course.
Okay, so while I'm slaving over a griddle, you're over there doing.
I have my hand up Kermit's ass. Yeah, of course. And I'm making everybody giggle and laugh. I feel like, okay, so I used to be obsessed with puppets when I was younger. My grandfather built me like a puppet theater.
Where is that?
I'm pretty positive it's still at my parents' house.
Your mother would never throw that out. It's handcrafted by your grandfather. It's there.
I'm pretty positive it is still
Why
in their
didn't we pull that out during Christmas Eve? Put on a little show with our toes. We can paint our little big toes and do a little dance.
Little piggies.
We're laying on the ground, on our backs on the ground with our feet up, like la la la. Your grandfather's like, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Please stop.
Wait, tell me more.
No, but I think I would be good at it. I don't know. Now I feel stupid. Now I feel dumb and shut down.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do all that.
Everybody reflect on the last episode. No, it's fine. I scratch it off the list. Boop. That's me scratching it off.
No. So I'll start with another issue I'm foreseeing. You're mentioning licensed characters. What if Big Muppets comes to the local bazaar and they see you with an unlicensed Kermit puppet? Can you imagine the legalities? We're married at this point, okay? Now you're bringing some legal issues to my business as well. The Breakfast Nook.
Well, Mickey his copyright's up.
Well, you can think about Steamboat Willie.
Okay.
Show.
So Kermit's probably not that far behind. What does that mean for the copyright to be up? Like, what does that mean? That's probably something we should think about. 100 years from now, this whole thing is going to be public domain.
Oh, that's fine. We'll be gone by then anyways.
I feel like our lives are public domain. Let's be quite honest.
I can't complain about the public domain when I put myself on the internet every single day.
All right. So puppeteering's out. What have you got?
I have more questions about puppets because you gave up so quickly on this stream.
Well, now I'm embarrassed and I'm frightened.
Is it for kids or adults? Not the slow blink.
Well, if I say it's for kids, I feel weird.
That's weird.
That. But when I say it's for adults, I also feel weird about it. So, it's for animals. It's for dogs.
There's
Everybody
a market.
drop off your dogs and I'll do a puppet show for that.
Okay.
Actually, when I did, so I had my little puppet stand on the side of the road. It doubled as a lemonade stand for the SPCA. I helped the SPCA. They let me put the dogs down. Pause for laughter.
All right. Jesus Christ.
No, I did. I raised money. I raised money for the SPCA, okay? I'm a good freaking person.
That's good.
So what other jobs are you equipped for?
I don't know. I have one more, but I think it's silly.
What is that?
I've always had I've had this like reoccurring dream, and by reoccurring dream it means I had it once, where I was the most sad because now I'm talking about it, so it's reoccurring.
Okay.
And it's still a dream of mine.
All right.
I think I would be the most beautiful cocktail server in a really high-end casino a la Vegas.
Okay.
They make a shit ton of money, first of all. And I think it would be fun. And I want some sort of high roller after I give him a Grey Goose and cranberry to hand me a $1,000 chip and say, here, buy yourself something nice.
Now, that was a stupid question. Never mind.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, can the waitresses cash them in? But
oh my God, yeah, it's legal currency.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can barely work a scratch-off ticket. You know how that works for me.
Yeah, you know what's really sad about that industry, though?
What?
You age out of certain casinos.
And that's not right.
And they drop you lower and lower and lower. Well, for me, this is just something I'm going to do for my after 40.
To do the little dip?
I think I'm going to be really pretty after 40.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be my best decade.
Okay.
So I'm about to enter my 30s, which is still not going to be my best looking decade. But at some time around 40, I'm going to have a midlife crisis and I'm really going to amp it up. And I'm going to be like hot.
Okay.
And then I'm going to wear like a low cut to show my pecs at the Bellagio. And I'm gonna hit all the girls and all the guys because we're going to live in Vegas for a few years.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my little Playboy bunny dip. and I'm going to pass my little ginger ales around.
I love that. Well, who's running the restaurant while you're doing this excursion?
Well, see, my life can take two different paths, and I'm not sure yet.
Are these in the same universe, I wonder? I guess we'll find out. We're going to look back at this one day. I'm going to set an alarm after this goes out to go off 20 years from the day that it goes out. And we're going to look back on it and see what we've done.
One thing about me, 20 years from now, I'm still going to have an iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. At the trajectory that Apple is playing this game, I'm going to continue with my iPhone.
What else could they do?
They didn't know. We don't know. Pretty soon it's just going to be, we're going to get a chip in our eardrum and it's just going to shoot messages in front of our face.
Like Bluetooth?
And the company is going to be called Clowy. And then we're like, oh, you have Clowy? That's what it's going to be called.
Clowy.
I don't know. Do you have any more jobs you want to talk about?
So I'm going to be a Clowy employee.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually working on it right now as we speak. No, I think my last thing that I would be good at would be a potter.
Oh.
I think I'd be great at pottery. I like to get my hands dirty, get my hands in the mud, sit me in front of a wheel that is not on the road, and I'm good to go. I love stoneware. One thing about me, I love stoneware.
So are you specifically doing plates and mugs? Are you looking into do any like still lifes? Are you looking to do like a sculpture?
A still life. Well, oh, you know what I could do? I could make all the stoneware for your restaurant.
Oh my God, that's actually a really generous offer. Thank you for offering.
And then I could have I could sell some of my bits and bops at the back. I don't know if it's going to be that kind of place.
Oh, so you want me to open a gift shop attached and you want to run the gift store, which also has a pottery studio attached.
And a puppeteer hour. Lest we forgot.
So we're essentially opening a megaplex.
Okay.
Where's the movie theater?
Where's the Phantom? We are clearly, we're really just putting it out there in the universe. And I think this is a great way for us to start off the new year, just putting it out there like that. Because who's to say it can't all happen?
Well, one thing about us is we love a small town that is so gay, isn't it? We love to let's get lunch, go to the local store, look at the tea towels, grab a scone. We really are so I don't know, stereotypical gay for that. We really do go gay crazy for those kind of things.
Giving Stars Hollow. What can we say?
So we're gonna make our own Stars Hollow.
Yeah. What should we call it?
We'll have to workshop that. I don't want to just say something just to say something.
Okay.
And I also think we're giving all of our ideas away in the public domain, of course.
Yeah, can we actually edit this entire thing out? Because now we've got some ideas and we're going to get the pen on the paper.
Yeah, so everything we say for an idea, let's just put a bleep over it. Bleep, 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 bleep.
This whole thing is just one long bleep.
Okay, guys, let us know in the comments below if you have any dream businesses that you want to achieve. Because, listen, it's never too late and it's never too soon. So take that what you will. That's how that goes. Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements. Welcome back to morning announcements, campers. This is the part of the show where we share news articles with you that you might have missed, that we believe you should spread like wildfire. Sorry, Smokey the Bear. Jonathan, do you want to tell your campers the article first?
Yes, I would love to. I'm going to save the title of this till after.
Okay.
There's this woman, and her name is Tammy Pangburn, and she is a massage therapist at Ava's Hair and Skin Salon in Cape Coral, Florida. I think I put the Florida part in there. I don't even know if this is in Florida.
No, Cape Coral is it's. There's never been a more Florida town name.
Okay.
Where else would Cape Coral be? Michigan?
I don't know.
Can't be.
Massachusetts. Is there coral, Massachusetts?
So there's no coral there.
Okay. Anyway, so Tammy Pangburn, she's the massage therapist, like I said, at a hair salon.
Yeah.
Go off. Okay. This is like a business excursion, like what we like to do. So she was outside and she's watering some plants when she noticed a little pigeon trying to drink up the water from where she was watering. And she was like, normally I would have thought that was completely normal. But this pigeon started to follow her around a little bit. Mm-hmm. And there's this other woman who's inside. She's getting her hair done. Her name is Elizabeth Merrican, and she's, sitting in the chair getting her hair done. And from the video, there was a news clip of what she did, and it was looking like a Revlon strawberry blonde. I know it's a box dye, but you get salon
I never discount a good strawberry blonde.
Yeah, we are currently seeking advertisers this new year, 2024. Anyway, so Elizabeth, let's call her Lizzie.
Yeah.
Why not? So she notices that this poor little pigeon is trying to get inside after, what's her name? Tammy is done watering the plants outside. So He's not trying to get in like a menace. He's trying to get in like an orphan.
Like looking, peering, and like,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, he's like, hello, I'm here. He wants to get his feathers done, shake his tail feather a little bit. So Lizzie goes outside and the pigeon just lets her scoop him right up. And he's like very fluffy. He's been eating good, you can tell. So then they notice that there's like a little tag on his foot, almost like a bread tag to keep your bread good. So they look at it and there's a phone number on it. So they call the number and they find that there's this man and he's a local. And this pigeon was his domesticated pet that had gone missing during Hurricane Ian more than 15 months prior. So this whole time, this guy's like, my pigeon died in the hurricane.
Of course.
But he had the little tiny tag, like a little collar around his ankle. And this guy was like, oh, that's my pigeon.
Oh my God.
So he comes to pick him up, and the man goes to the salon. The bird flies into his arms. They cuddle each other, blah, blah, blah. It's a really sweet story. And if you watch it, like these women, you can tell that they love telling the story. Like it's a small town vibe. It's Stars Hollow, simply Stars Hollow. If Stars Hollow went Florida. And I don't know. It's a sweet story. I love these lovely ladies and their fuck ass bobs. It's a really, I don't know. I thought it was a cute story because the pigeon was just so cute. And I know what it's like to lose a pet, and it's really upsetting. And sometimes I think maybe that cat will come home, but it's been years, so probably not. A hawk came down, swooped it right up.
How far away was the pigeon from the guy? Do we know?
They didn't say, and they didn't name the guy, and they kind of like wouldn't really show his face in this, so I don't know if he like didn't want to be a part of it. Like they showed him from like the neck down holding the pigeon.
It's like, don't be a part of a heartwarming story and then refuse to like be a part of it.
Right, like you're the reason for the season. Like you're the catalyst for this.
We want to put you on a pedestal and you're being too humble.
Yeah.
So if that pigeon owner is a camper here, please
please stand up and be noted.
Yeah, because we want to give you your flowers. We want to give you your feathers. Oh, that's so cute. What should we name the pigeon?
I don't know. And that's the other thing. I was like, the pigeon had to have had a name.
Petunia.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's very florist of you, isn't it?
I know.
So this article came from 7 News Miami. There's the Florida. And it was titled, Pigeon Found Outside Florida Hair Salon Reunites with Owner After 15 Months. And that is exactly where I got it. By Carolina Borges.
Wow.
Thanks, Carolina.
Where do you think he was for 15 months?
I don't know. Hiding out.
It's actually really sad to think about.
It is, because you talked about pigeons before, and like, they're smart.
They get such a bad rap. And in the back of my breakfast restaurant, there's going to be a pigeon corral.
Okay, well,
listen, you don't even want to work at the breakfast restaurant. You can start making demands now.
No, it's not sanitary. Their feet.
This is the problem. They actually are very sanitary, and you're spreading misinformation that I've already cleared up on this podcast. See, you are a part of the anti-pigeon community. And as a spokesperson for pigeonsunited.com, a gold standard member of that website, I believe that all pigeons should be treated with respect, and honor. So
I just think whoever's going to order the chicken Florentine is going to think twice about the bird that they're eating at your restaurant. I don't know.
It's a breakfast place. There's no chicken Florentine.
Why not? You said brunch.
Is Florentine a breakfast restaurant?
Well, I don't know, but it sounds like a 1 o'clock meal to me.
That's disgusting.
All right, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What have you got for us?
My article is from CBC News. I'm not going to read the title. It'll give it away. There's also no author. And I also didn't love the writing of the article. I love the actual material. Did you think it was AI?
It's giving ChatGPT say his name.
I know. So in British Columbia,
BC.
which is BC, exactly.
Yeah.
It kept saying BC in the article, and I was like, before Christ, is this biblical? No, I was confused for a minute. No, BC, it's a province of Canada.
Okay.
They're on a different metric system, you guys. They have a business called Ecom, which is like this kind of like, I think it's like a communications company. The agency handles most emergency 911 calls in BC, has released its annual list of the top 10 frivolous calls it received over the last year.
Okay.
I just love a frivolous list.
Okay. Give us the frivolous.
So in a release, Ecom said that this year saw a 13% increase in call volume overall and is reminding the public to keep the lines clear for emergency situations.
For the love of God.
They said no matter how absurd a call might be on the surface, we have to treat every 911 call as an emergency until we can confidently determine otherwise, said call taker Elena Milicevic. Every second we spend fielding questions about Airbnb reservations or complaints about Uber Eats, it's time that we could otherwise be dedicated to helping someone in a life-threatening emergency situation.
Who is calling about Airbnb?
Just wait.
Okay.
Ecom is the first point of contact for 911 callers in 25 regional districts in British Columbia and a provider of dispatch services for more than 70 police agencies and fire departments across the province. They have handled more than 2.1 million 911 calls so far in 2023. So that just gives you a little bit of why they're I don't know why they have the
right
thing to say this.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say here?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've compiled the top 10.
Okay.
Should I go backwards or forwards? Let's go backwards.
Save the best for last, obviously.
Yeah, so number 10. A barber gave them a bad haircut.
And he called the cops.
I could see, I don't agree with it, but I can see how someone would use that as probably they wanted their money back. And they're like, the problem is, before we go any further, what if we want to call the police, but I don't want to call the emergency hotline?
They have a non-emergency number.
Why aren't we being taught that?
Because if it's not an emergency, you can run to a phone book or to the local computer.
Run to a phone book? Where was the last time you saw a phone book?
The closet.
We don't have a phone book.
Well, there is a number, and it is local, and it is a non-emergency number.
Is it like a 6-1? It should be 611.
Okay.
It should be it should have some sort of little ring like that.
Which I get. Okay.
Anyway. Good. Kudos to the 911 marketing team. Y'all really put it into that because everybody, no matter where you are, you say 911, everyone goes, they look. You know what I mean? So whoever thought of that, congrats. You really did the damn thing.
Nueve uno.
Number 9, their McDonald's order was taking too long.
And you know what? I get it.
And you know what? Warranted. Because what's going on back there?
Truly.
It could have been an emergency. Somebody could have fallen into a fry later. And as a concerned citizen, I'm calling the police to make sure that they come and check out the area, scope it out to make sure what's going on because I'm confused why my made chicken has taken 14 minutes.
Do you remember when we went to the McDonald's and they weren't answering when we were there and I knew they were inside, so I called them?
I have beef with that McDonald's because for context campers, if you didn't hear that episode, we were driving through a McDonald's in New Bedford, where I'm from. And there's this 24-hour McDonald's in the South End. Yeah, I'll call you up by location. And they love to have their screens turned off after 11:30, even though they're 24 hours. They turn their entire menu screen off, but they're inside and they wait for people to stand there and they don't say anything at the speaker. And then people oh, they must be closed. But then when you drive to the window, they're all hiding. And then Jonathan called them here at the window.
I watched her pick up the phone.
And you're are you open? She goes, yeah, we're open. It's well, we're at the window. Can we place an order? It was 11:45 and they're a 24-hour restaurant.
And then she had to take her order face to face.
Yeah, that was a year ago. And I don't know where she is now, but if I ever see her, it's on site.
True.
Yeah, so she's lucky I didn't call 911.
So we get that one. I understand.
Number 8, to complain about a pothole. Once again,
I get it.
That could be an emergency. You could really hurt yourself on that pothole.
I could.
I should be a lawyer for all of these people.
Yeah, you would be the most hated lawyer. Everybody's you absolutely should not be clogging up.
They call me in the courtroom probable cause porter. Because I can always find a probable cause.
Okay, we can't do lawyer talk 2 times in a row.
Number 7.
Yeah.
They couldn't find their cell phone.
Are they not calling on it?
No, they're clearly not calling on it. And also it's now that one I can't see. Now where's the emergency here? That's just your own problem.
It's giving old folks.
I think it's giving
oldies.
Young person.
You think?
Yeah, because it seems so out of touch. I feel like an old person, they would lose their cell phone and they'd be well, I didn't even know what that was 20 years ago, so what's it matter? I feel like a young person they're so involved that that'd probably be a young person. Who knows? It doesn't give me an age. A burger joint wouldn't let them in before opening. Now that was an old person.
Yeah.
See, that's a flip right there.
They said it's 9:01. Your breakfast menu should be up, and I'm coming in.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. As an IBS survivor, what if this was the only place and you need to use a restroom. See, that would be an emergency and you have to shit yourself. But is it grounds to call 911?
Absolutely not.
No. And then their Uber Eats order was taking too long.
Okay.
That's kind of like, that goes along with
a lot
McDonald's.
of food related. It's sounding hangry to me.
Okay, but now we're in the top 4. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Number 4. Their Airbnb host canceled their reservation. That's an emergency, because you know who's not going to handle that? Airbnb. They're going to give you a 10% off coupon and your money back, and they're going to say, figure it out. And you're not going to be able to find anywhere to book that last minute, and you're going to be shit out of luck. I would also call the police.
And you know what? I feel like, so the places that I stayed at in Iceland, had the person canceled, there were no hotels within like a 30-mile radius. We were out there in the middle of nowhere. And I could see, like, if that was the situation, if there was really nothing around, like, obviously you would check into like a hotel if you could. But if not, what are you going to do? I would call the police, and I wouldn't be like, this is an emergency. But I would be like, obviously they're from out of town, so they know 911. So you call and you're like, hey, what's up? Like, can you help me? Can
What
I
if
stay
it's
at your
rural
place?
British Columbia and they're like, can I just get a cell?
And that's where I need the details.
It's giving Marianne Joseph at the end, no room at the inn. So the police better have put out some hay and a little rug and said, have your baby here at the inn. Somewhere to stay.
Okay.
Somewhere to sleep.
What else you got?
Number 3, they lost a nose ring down the shower drain.
This is drugs.
No, that's crazy, because
This is drugs.
You need to call the plumber, because even if it was expensive, only the plumber can show you the light.
Roto-Rooter.
Roto-Rooter was your caller, not 911.
We're rooting for you, Roto.
Number 2, the traffic light was taking too long to turn green. See, this is another case where I feel like they were trying to reach the police and not emergency dispatchers, which is once again why I'm reminding everybody that we need to rebrand the non-emergency number, because 911 killed it. Let's hire that marketing team and get a new one out there. Mm-hmm. Like 559, call the police.
That's cute.
Yeah, so maybe it's 559.
Non-emergency number.
Yes, perfect.
All right, we'll work on it.
Number 1, to ask directions home from the Drake concert.
Enough.
I can't even justify spelling it all, because I'm like, if you're on your phone, then you have access to like Apple Maps or like whatever. So I'm like so confused.
Yeah, figure it out.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's an interest. It's not where I thought we would end, but he is Canadian.
Have you ever called 911?
I called the police one time. This guy I was working with at an apartment complex had a heart attack. And he was young, and he had like a heart condition.
That's scary.
Yeah, and he was having a heart attack. So I called the police, and I was like, I didn't know what to do.
I know. The first time you ever call 911, it's kind of like, I can't believe I'm really doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this.
What did you call for?
So when I was younger, I was like 16, and I was itching to call 911. I just like needed it for like my life. And I saw these I saw the smallest vendor bender outside of a TGI Fridays, and I used it as grounds to call 911 to report an accident.
Why?
Just because I wanted to call so bad, and I
You weren't involved.
I know, but I didn't know. The girl's head went like she jolted, and I know she's okay, but I couldn't get in trouble. I was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that I just saw this," and they're like, "Thank you. Did you stop?" And that was the first thing they asked me. Did you stop? I said no. Because I knew I didn't have to stop, but I was like, I'm late. She's like, I'm not looking for context why I didn't stop. I'm like, well, you don't even know that the oven was on, and I had like curling iron on too, and my house is also on fire. Can I report that as well?
Star 69 me if you need to give me a call. 69.
I just wanted an excuse to call.
Did you feel better?
I felt like I finally did it, and it's like your first kiss.
Was
like,
your heart racing?
Oh my god, it was racing. Probably more than the people in the accident. It was a small fender bender, but I took the liberty to call.
Yeah, and those people, like, if they didn't want it on insurance or anything like that.
Oh,
like,
don't do that to me. Don't bring that up.
All right.
Because now I feel guilty.
All right.
Well, you know what though? That was over 10 years ago. It has fallen off your policy, and the points have been erased.
Hopefully.
And I hope that didn't happen, but likely it did. So, sorry about that. Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike, the part of the show where we bitch a little and we tell something to take a hike. What am I telling to take a hike this week? You may be wondering.
I am.
Wire hangers.
Wire hangers.
Joan Crawford was onto something.
Yeah. Go on here.
So this holiday season, which has sadly passed, I, took out my collection of numerous holiday sweaters, which a few of them mistakenly had put on wire hangers. So I'm trying to walk into the function looking like that bitch, but I walk in looking like Jafar with my shoulders all pointed out like that. And it doesn't matter how many times I steam that goddamn Banana Republic cable knit. They just were not coming out. They were not coming out, and now I don't know what to do.
Sweaters should never be on a hanger.
And I know that, but also sometimes I also have had the issue where I buy it from somewhere where they've been on a hanger.
Oh, just say H&M. Just say their name. Just say their name. H&M, we're looking at you, bitch.
No, I've had it where I got it from Strawbridge's.
What's Strawbridge's?
They closed in the 90s. Now I'm just scrambling. No, Nordstrom Rack.
They would never.
No, where did we get? We got a whole bunch of shit. It was the same place we went before we went on the cruise. From there, whatever. I have gotten sweaters before, and they all have the little shoulder thing, and I'm steaming it like a goddamn cook in the kitchen, and nothing's coming off of it. And you know what? This year, I feel it is sad to say that I've had to let go of some sweaters because of this issue, and also this was just not my sweater year.
I disagree. You had so many great sweaters this year. What are you talking about?
But my two new ones that I bought, the first time I wore the really cute one with the glaciers on it, Buffy scratched it. That was my fault, I will say.
We can fix that.
But how?
I don't know. Listen, hangers are the enemies of a sweater, and never put them on that. But sometimes you're doing it. Most of the time it's H&M. So do you want to say anything to H&M? Are you going to defend your previous employer? Oops. Did I call that out? You used to work for H&M, and that's why you're being so coy with them.
Now you're having a gotcha moment.
Sorry. I'm Monica.
Listen, I'll be honest. I don't want to see any fucking H&M.
Yeah.
But that's it. Wire hangers, they're done. I do put all of my clothes on hangers, and I love the felt ones. Like, I love how they hang.
I kind of hate the felt ones, to be honest.
I don't love putting them on because sometimes they get stuck, and I'm like getting a little frustrated.
Give me a chunky plastic hanger any day of the week, and I'm going to use that one.
Okay. So down with wire hangers.
Okay.
Joan Crawford had a point.
Keep it clear, keep it concise. Mm-hmm. There's no room for error except H&M.
Yeah. And honestly, it was my fault. I'll take full responsibility. I will take 90% responsibility.
You're entering the new year with a clear conscience, bright eyes, and a full future.
And a new collection of sweaters. I gotta get some new ones. And the other one too, my really cute Christmas one that I wore here on this very show on Christmas. First time I wore it, Buffy, ripped it again. I just can't hold the cat when I'm wearing a cute sweater. But when I have a cute sweater on, God damn it, I want to picture me holding the freaking cat.
I get it.
Okay, so that's what I'm telling to take a hike. What have you got?
So earlier this like past week, we were coming back from vacation. Actually, we were going to Massachusetts, and we were driving down 95. And I love a rest stop. I love a little rest stop moment. I love fast food. I love any excuse to stop at a fast food place. And lately, I'm going to be so vulnerable here. I've been like low-key into Subway. Is that like scary? I know I've already admitted that they've given me food poisoning, but like one thing about me, I'm entering this year forgiving. That's in my heart and on my conscience.
And forgetting, obviously.
And forgetting. So like, I want to support and I want to eat a Subway sandwich.
All right. Well, the body keeps a score. I hope you know. There's a whole book about it.
Stop. So the take a hike it'll lead into this. My take a hike isn't Subway. My take a hike truly is people who don't understand how to order at a Subway, because you think Chipotle is a really complicated war zone. No, it is Subway. Subway is not for the faint of heart. Subway it's almost like it's a choreographed dance, and you have to learn it on your own time at your own speed. But don't be walking into Subway in front of me or behind me not knowing what you're doing, because you're pissing me off.
And for the campers, there is absolutely a story there that I witnessed, and it was honestly crazy. I couldn't believe the way that the people were acting. So, but I also do want to say that I sometimes am those people, not at Chipotle so much because I have my order pretty down pat, but I rarely go to Subway. So when I go there, I'm nervous. I'm shaking. I'm sweating.
But that's what I'm getting into. There's no excuse because I feel like there is preparation and skills you can do beforehand to calm your nerves.
Can you school me, please? I have my pen and my paper.
Well, to start off, I'm going to tell you what this man was doing that was really off-putting to me.
Okay.
So I order, and if you know how a Subway works, where the bread station is where you order, okay? You don't start ordering your sub in front of the vegetables. You've got me all at a walk here, okay? So I'm standing in front of the produce because I've already ordered my sub. You need to start at the bread station.
Left to right.
So the man orders this like sandwich, whatever. He just orders like a thing. The lady confirms that he wants all that. He's like, yes, what kind of sandwich? What kind of bread? Whatever. He's jumping the line. He's like on top of me, no spatial awareness. He just like didn't know what was going on. And he should have taken Zachariah Porter's Subway Course for Dummies 101, available at all accredited online universities and community colleges across the nation. We're working our way into the Ivy Leagues, but we don't have any movement there yet. So I'm going to work you guys through. So if you know how to work at a Subway or how to like order a Subway, this is great. This is also a great segment you can share with your friends and family if they are in the confused pool.
That's me.
Okay, so start your order off with the size of sandwich. You got to start not with what you're ordering, the size. Do you want a 6-inch? Do you want a foot long? Followed by the protein of choice, the combination. Then the bread type. I'll give you an example. I want a foot long Italian BMT on Italian urban cheese bread. Now
urban cheese.
Urban cheese, not the urban cheese, not like the urban legend of cheese. Herb.
Okay.
And cheese.
Got it.
So you start that way. Followed by, they're going to follow up with, do you want that toasted?
Well, shit. Now I'm stumped.
No, you're not. Think to yourself, do I want this toasted?
Fuck no.
Do you want cheese?
Absolutely.
And this is something before you get into the restaurant, look at the menu. Look at the bread types. Look at the cheese types. Look at the proteins. That's all you need to know before you walk in. What size, what bread, what protein, what cheese do I want toasted? Okay? If you want it toasted, you have a 30-second head start to start looking at your veggies.
Oh my God, so true.
If you do not want it toasted, you are going right into the lion's den. But people also need to realize that the vegetables that have been given in front of us at a Subway are not brand new vegetables you've never seen before. Lucky for us, all the vegetables have already been invented. So it shouldn't be a fucking shock to see that lettuce and tomato are an option. So when they ask you what you want on your sandwich, think to yourself, what do I eat in a fucking sandwich? Okay? It shouldn't be like, oh my God, you shouldn't be like a deer in the headlights. What do you put on a fucking sandwich? It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
So also, if you're getting yours toasted and the person behind you is not getting theirs toasted, they do have grounds to cut.
True.
Step back. You're being toasted. They're moving forward, okay? That's the choreographed dance. It's like doing a little line dance, a little square move, okay?
You've been toasted, bitch.
Another category that really throws people off is the sauces. Now, this is a sauce. The sauces at Subway do change frequently.
Okay.
They have had some in and outs. It's like being benched. We bring this one back. So that's a part of the dance that I can forgive. But it's when people like don't even know if they want lettuce, tomato on there. It's like, God, Subway didn't invent these vegetables.
Yeah.
Figure it out and move along, because Subway is in the fast food category. And if you are a person that contributes to making it slow, I never want to see you complain at a stoplight. I never want to see you complain about getting paid late. It doesn't matter, because clearly when you're at Subway, you don't care about anyone's time. So when it's your turn, why should we care about yours? Okay? I know that's rough. I know that's harsh. But this is my take a hike. And if you're ruining my Subway experience like that man did at the Madison rest stop in Connecticut,
yeah.
I'm gunning for you. I'm gunning for you.
And then you got insert the chip now.
Well, this was before even that. She's like, "Oh, what do you want on turkey and cheese?" He goes, "I don't know, lettuce and tomato." It's like,
figure it out.
She's not eating it.
It's my God.
Sandwich. Some really cool news about Subway. Please, Subway sponsor this episode. They have some new exciting desserts I just saw. Should I tell the campers?
Wish you would.
They have. They're not just desserts. They're called like add-ons. You can get a foot-long cookie.
I did see that.
How exciting is that?
What kind of cookie is it? Because their raspberry cheesecake cookie, I could kick a door off the fucking hinges.
I think it's just chocolate chip, but you have to understand, like, they're starting small. They cannot offer every cookie in the footlong category.
Understood.
So chocolate chip is great there, though. Mm-hmm. The cookies are great there.
They are.
Also, an Auntie Anne's pretzel footlong collab. And it's marketed as Auntie Anne's.
Are they making the pretzels there?
They're coming frozen, babe. Are they making anything there?
Oh my God, you're so right.
They're just frozen.
Toasting it. They'll put it in a little toaster.
Yeah, exactly. So
right next to your sandwich.
I've had the frozen pretzels out of the freezer. I'm okay with them.
I'm not above it at all.
No, I'm not either. But I like that they're the Auntie Anne's brand.
Yeah, that's good.
My entire life I was calling it Auntie Anne's until I met you.
And I could be wrong.
No, you're not, because I was wanting to call you out on it, and then I went on their like official YouTube, and they were calling themselves Auntie Anne's on their real YouTube.
Who is this Auntie Anne?
Oh, let's get her on the horn,
please.
Let's get her down here at Camp Shady Birch.
Where is she? Is she dead? I'll get the Ouija board.
Oh my God, that's someone who I would talk to on a Ouija board.
Seriously, oh my God. When I worked at H&M, I would always go because I would get free pretzels from Auntie Anne's, and I would get the same one. I would get the classic pretzel with a Diet Coke and the hot salsa cheese. Oh my God! And hey, runs right through you.
Yeah, but that's what you want. I don't want it to stick around in me. I'll be bloated all day. Escape just as fast as you came in.
Yeah.
One last collab for the footlong category at Pussons. Churros that are Cinnabon churros. One thing about Cinnabon, they know cinnamon. Cinnabon.
Are they against teams of Auntie Anne's? What is that called? Competitors?
I don't know. I feel like they might be under some giant conglomerate by PepsiCo.
Pepsi Cola.
Everyone owns everything in this world. It's always some big parent company, so I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah.
Did you know that Pepsi bought into like certain fast food restaurants just because they found out that would be a larger like piece for them to get into?
Yeah, like KFC, right?
Yeah, they bought those because they're like, oh, well, because that's the only way we can beat Coke is just to like buy a fast food chain to put our soda in. It wasn't even about the fast food; it was about putting soda in there.
Thai Mountain Dew, baby, New York City.
And I'm pretty sure that Subway is a Pepsi only restaurant,
and it very well could be.
That's why I stand with Dr. Pepper. They stand on their own. They don't even know who they are. They're Switzerland and all of this.
That's a Coca-Cola.
No, it's not. It's its own company.
Dr. Pepper?
I swear to God, you can get a Dr. Pepper at Taco Bell.
No way.
And you get one at McDonald's. Yes, you can.
Dr. Pepper, she's not her own thing.
She is. I said it 3 times because that's how true it is.
She just appears like Beetlejuice.
Oh my God. I want to meet Dr. Pepper and I want to meet Auntie Anne. Who are these crazy kooky people?
Get those girls in the room. I wonder if in the UK they call Subway the Tube.
Oh, ew. I would not want to eat a sandwich called the Tube.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week. Okay, this is the part of the show where we share who we're loving, who we're snogging, who deserves our praise and cheers. Jonathan, who were you crushing on this week, or what are you crushing on?
So, let me tell you a little tale.
Tell me a tale.
You were there for it.
I was present.
So on Christmas, I did throw out my back. I did. In numerous ways. I was helping my grandfather from his chair to his bed. And then the next day I lifted 3 cases of water on my own because I was like, hey, I'm independent. I can do this on my own. Lift with your legs, not with your back. And then what else did I do? I did something else slept on a very bad bed. Very bad bed. So my back was like out of commish. Like I could barely stand. When we were in between Philly and Massachusetts, I was standing in the kitchen and I was like literally hunched over, aching my back. I've never felt back pain like this in my entire life. So the partner of my life, my chemistry lab partner, Zachariah, was nice enough to go to the store and get me a heating pad.
Yeah, when I was like, do you want me to go to CVS to get you a heating pad? You're like, do they sell those? I was like, yes, dog. It's a pharmacy.
My crush of the week is my heating pad that I have made my personality.
I swear you're putting it on when you don't even need it anymore.
Well, it keeps me warm. I'm dragging it around like Linus from the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Yeah, she smells like hot tuna. You should wash the sheath.
I should spray it. Does it wash?
Yeah, the removable felt. It washes.
What else can't she do?
I know. For $19.99, she was quite the catch.
Oh my God. Okay, so, we're going out to a friend's house. I'm like, sorry. I got to get the good spot on the couch because it's closest to the outlet. The coveted spot at Kira's house. I've never sat there.
He was plugging it in my sister's house, at my friend's house, dragging
your sister's
it around.
boss's house. I'm like, sorry, I got my got my heating pad.
We're at a cocktail mixer. The ball is dropping. Jonathan's like plugged into the corner.
Listen, I'm at the hostess stand. I'm like, I'm so sorry to be this person. Can I get a booth? I got to get the closest to an outlet I can. I've got a bad back.
She was like, this is an Applebee's.
I'm like, I don't care. I've been carrying the weight of this family for centuries.
Yeah, you're loving that heating pad.
My back. And I've had good days and bad days, for those wondering. Some days are better than others, I will say. But when we were doing the long drives for about 4 hours, I'd throw on the seat warmers. Those work just as well. But I don't know. I've been loving the heat pad. I should have brought it right now. Today's a good day. Today has been a pretty good day. As I fear tomorrow. You know what, you guys? Okay, I'm going to be candid here. I joined a volleyball team. They're halfway through the season. I've never been to a single game. So now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't join a volleyball game. I just signed up and I just never showed up.
That's okay.
And now they text me tonight because there was a game tonight. Literally, what time is it? 8:22. I have to be there in 40 minutes.
Did they text you?
Yes.
Who did?
Eleni.
She was like, you coming tonight?
Yes.
And we're here recording.
And I told the coach I was coming. And then, but I told her, I was like, listen, I'm injured. I've been benched. So I don't even know if I'm going to play this season anymore. And it's really difficult.
Oh my God, no, we have to get you in physical therapy.
Yeah. But I am milking it. I will say I could have probably gone to the game tonight, but I can't spike it like I used to. And that's the other thing is like, I'm going to take it too far. One thing about me, I'm going to think that I'm in top physical shape and I'm not.
Can I tell the campers about the nightmare it was purchasing that heating pad?
Yes.
How I got into an altercation with a woman at the CVS.
This whole time I'm horizontal on the couch at home going, owie, owie, owie.
So I go into the CVS and it's like right before Christmas. It's like, oh no. Yeah, no, it was right before Christmas.
No, it was right after Christmas.
It was
right before New Year's.
Yes, it was right
after. Day after Christmas.
You're right. So the CVS is bumping. There is a line wrapped around the entire building. So I am in the freezer area of CVS, if you can believe it. And their line's over there.
They have freezers at CVS?
Yeah, they sell food. I don't ever buy like pizzas there, but you technically can.
I didn't know that.
So there is a stroller there with a baby in the stroller. There's a 3-year-old standing on the side of it and a 7-year-old. Okay, they're alone. Where is the mother? Nowhere to be found. This is New York. Anything can happen. And as I'm walking up to where they're kind of staying towards the end of the line, everyone stands behind them, knows that they're not moving because they're just looking around for their parents. And then everyone kind of just jumps in the line. Me being the good Samaritan, I decided to not call 911 and to also skip the baby in the stroller. As I skip the stroller, campers, the mom returns from whatever depths of hell she belongs into with her fried hot pink hair, and her just dishevelment. And her child looks up from wherever and goes, Mommy, that man cut us.
He's been caught.
I'm literally my jaw dropped.
You've been toasted.
You motherfucker. So the mom flips out on me and she's like, just because they're fucking kids doesn't mean you can cut my kids. Yada, 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 yada. And I was like, oh my God, everyone just cut your kids because they're not moving along the line. I think she put them there to do her shopping because the line was so bad that she was like, just get in line and I'll grab what we need real quick.
Yeah, like a little bookmark. She had no grounds to be pissed.
And I genuinely did not know they were in line. I did not know because they were everyone was just cutting them because we were just staying there. And that little snot-nosed little bitch of a kid was like, Mommy. I was like,
he cut us.
Literally, it was like a movie. So then I turn around as she's cussing me out in line. And I get behind her and she continues to cuss me up. And I said, I'm sorry, I moved. What else do you want from me? And then she stops. She continues to mumble under her breath and then pulls out a book about the first snow of Christmas. So Christmas is already over. I'm about to tell your kids there's no Santa Claus, and I'm going to wrap it up there. Okay? Do you want to make me the villain? I'll be the villain real quick. I watch a lot of Bravo. I know what I'm doing. So I kept my mouth shut, and I'll blast her on this podcast instead. And that's what I did to buy you your $20 heating pad.
You are so brave, and I'm
She
so
really cussed me out.
appreciative.
And then I took the bus home, and I sat and I thought about that woman. And I think about her now, and I say, I don't want to bring any negativity into the new year, but I do not wish that woman well. And I'm at peace with that.
Okay. And that's all that matters. And I thank you so much because that heating pad brought me so much joy, and that woman brought you the heat.
Yeah, she really did. She wanted the smoke. And I wasn't going to yell at a mom with her kids. But the fact that I was like, girl, you're swearing at me. These kids are calling me out. Your kids are snitches. You're a bitch. And I'm over it. So... Whatever.
And we let it rest there.
I can't believe
this is not take a hike.
I got into a fight at a CVS.
You did, all in the name of me.
Well, you're worth it.
That's so hot. Okay. So what are you crushing on?
My sweater has a big crock of French onion soup on it. So my crush of the week is French onion soup. If you're watching on YouTube, Jonathan bought me this sweater for Christmas. It's one of my prized possessions.
It was so cute.
I mean, it's like so cute, and the text is so cute, and it's cranberry. And I just am been really in my French soup era this year.
French onion soup.
Actually, French onion soup.
Put your leg down. I don't know if the camera can see it. Can the camera see it?
Oh yeah, let me move the camera.
Let's get a really good shot of that. There it is.
French onion soup. Oh, wait, so
gorgeous.
What?
Gorgeous. I was just saying gorgeous, stunning, never been done before.
Well, I'm going to describe what French onion soup is for some campers that truly might not know.
I'm going to admit, I've never had French onion soup.
Onions get slowly cooked until sweet and caramelized. What's your podcast about? I explain what French onion soup is.
Someone give them this clip.
Let me do it.
No, please continue to read from the Betty Crocker handbook.
Onions get slowly cooked until sweet and caramelized, then simmered into a rich broth until they're practically falling apart. To finish it off, toasted bread is added to give it that lovable, crisp, gone soggy texture, and generous amount of Gruyere cheese is melted atop.
Crisp, gone soggy. Now that is how, in 20 years from now, when we're doing reflecting, that's probably how I'm going to reflect on my career.
That's literally how I reflect on my body in the last year.
And we love it.
Crisp, gone soggy.
Absolutely stunning.
So no, it really is. And I think there's like some real key factors into, in my opinion, what makes it a good French onion soup. And I do order it quite frequently.
Yeah.
It's a hearty, I've ordered a French onion soup in the summer. And this is probably...
What are you going to do about it?
It is the winter's bone of soup.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do about it? Okay, you're going to fight me? So let me talk to you, because you've never had it.
I've never had it. It's a beef broth, and it was never offered to me when I was a child in the orphanage.
I've already looked it up, and we're going to make it for you, vegetarian style.
You got me, so I got you that sweater for Christmas, and you got me the 4 Crocs. We did talk about it because I did spoil it for myself, but you got me the 4 Crocs, and they're gorgeous. They're exactly the ones that I wanted, even bigger in person.
I know. Well, it's a hearty soup, and usually you can make it a whole meal if you really want to. Mm-hmm. So, number one, a key factor that makes a good French onion soup for me, I need good melty cheese. And I really want it to be Gruyere. I don't even know if I want to try a different cheese. I feel like Gruyere is that girl. She's done it all along. So why not have more Gruyere?
Put a Kraft single on the top.
No, see, and this is why you're not in control of how to make French onion soup.
Sorry.
You never had it, and you want to start with a Kraft single.
Sorry.
So the cheese also needs to be bubbling over. It needs to be like crusted around the rim of the crock. And I want to look at it and think, now that's a medieval soup. It's got to give Shrek.
Yeah.
It's got to give Canteen. I don't know. It's got to give some sort of busty broad behind the counter with a mole, and she's wiping down and she's saying, "Hello, traveler."
The copper spoon.
Yeah, it's got to have copper spoon energy.
Yeah, like I look at them and I'm like, that has to soak in a basin for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you even attempt to take some steel wool to it.
It's got to be hand washed ceramic. Hand wash only ceramic. I don't want to see it in a dishwasher. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a specialty soup. You don't just pour it in any old cup or bowl. It's got its own. It's like a mule. It's got its own designer look to it.
You're starting to give cast iron skillet energy.
Well, that was yours and not my take a hike.
All
so
right.
I defend it all.
All right.
Yeah, and that crock has to have that kind of like antique kind of look, like with that brown kind of like stoneware. Yeah, I agree completely. Also, the soup has to be served at no less than 1,000 degrees.
It does look hot, and also it's like it keeps it in there, right?
Oh yeah,
Keeps
yeah.
the heat in.
You want to get French onion soup, and you need to get it as fast as possible. And if you're ordering an entree after, you need to make sure that you have time with it, because when you remove that initial epidermis layer of cheese, it is going to be like a facial of steam. It is that hot.
French onion soup for the soul. It's a conversation. It's a conversation soup. Like you're sitting down with a friend and you're there for the long haul.
Yes. The onions, I want a sweet Vidalia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're going to caramelize that onion. You know what I mean? So you really got to think to yourself, I want a generous amount, and what's a good onion? I prefer a Vidalia.
So is it like, how are the onions in it? Is it like a whole...
No.
I don't think I've never really stared at it.
They're sliced. They're like...
Okay.
Kind of like when you make remember I made
but are they the whole rings? Is it like, am I going to scoop up a ring on the thing?
No, they're like half rings.
Okay, like cut
And
in
they're
half.
so like they should be like so sauteed and so wet that you wouldn't even be able to identify what the shape was. That's how like multiple they
Almost
are.
like chewed gum.
And then last but not least, I don't mind if the bread is soggy, but a lot of people are very particular about the kind of bread. I think it's bound to get soggy, but some people say that it really shouldn't be soggy at all. Like it should be a really crispy piece of crouton or baguette, and that you're kind of like, I don't know, like you're putting it on like glass and like melting the cheese over. But I don't mind if it's soggy.
Yeah, get it on the side if you're having an issue with it.
You can't really specialty order French onion soup. It's one of those things you just get the way it comes.
I think those types of people need to really get over it.
A lot of people have been saying that every layer needs to be seasoned really well. You know what I mean? A lot of people get really lazy and just really go hard on the bouillon. But a good French onion soup has good sherry, good onions, good bread. Every layer of it is good.
Sherry.
Yeah, we're going to use sherry in ours when we make it.
Wow.
Cooking sherry.
I wonder, should we do that on Patreon? Should we chef it up?
Oh my God, that's so fun. We should do that for a Patreon video. Let's do that this week because we really want to do it. We'll make it and we'll make the French onion soup and we'll do our recipe and we'll do a genuine taste test and tell you if it came out good because we're not using beef broth. But let's do that for Patreon.
Beautiful.
So French onion soup.
And heating pad.
But we didn't do which was worse at the end of the last one.
Shit, I'm going to shit my britches.
No, it's better for us to pick it up now than completely forget.
Oh my God, I'm freaking out. What if everybody forgot what we were talking about? Lord knows I did.
So would you rather have your sweaters on a wire hanger or the person in line with you at Subway be a complete mess?
The person at Subway. Because after that, it's annoying, but at the end of it, you're having a sandwich. And in my instance, all I have is scraps of yarn and broken dreams.
Thanks for the memories. I'm going to also agree with you. I'd rather have a bad experience at Subway versus my sweater be ruined forever.
Perfect.
We didn't forget campers. We were just a little delayed.
It's just a little bit. This has been Camper Crush of the Week with just a little taste. The end of that was like the cheese on top. It was like the craft single on the French onion soup, just kind of reflecting back on the Take a Hike really quickly.
On Patreon, I'm going to make mine with Gruyere, and you're going to make yours with craft singles.
Well, we have 4. I feel like it would be freaky, but it be like,
freaky.
Let's be freaky. Let's just do one. We have,
freaky
we're going to do one. Okay, perfect.
Okay, I go cool.
What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Welcome back to Camp Songs. This is the part of the show where we share music with you that we've been loving all week, that we've been talking about all week, that we want you to listen to as well. So we have it linked in the episode description. We have the free Spotify playlist and the YouTube playlist. Just some songs that we've been mulling around and humming around. I love mine this week. What's yours, though? You go first.
So mine, I feel like I've been singing for the longest time, and I've had it in the back of my head to add it to this playlist. And I think this is the perfect time because it kept popping up and it was a sign. My camp song this week is There's Gotta Be More to Life by Stacey Orico. Will you sing it with me?
Yeah, you have to start though, because I always forget. Go though first time.
There's gotta be more to life than chasing down every temporary high to set. Oh my God. I feel like it's very niche. Like the people who know it know it. Her other song was Stuck. Do you know that one? That one was more popular.
I don't even, her by name, unless you're talking about her, what, was this like a very like niche person?
I kind of. Like she had these 2 really big hits when she was an early teen, but Stuck was the one where she was like, oh my God, how's it go? I hate you, but I love you, and I can't stop thinking of you.
No, that was even more foreign to me.
Well, I'll play it for you after this.
Okay.
So, yeah, like I said, it did reach. So Stuck, not my camp song, Stuck reached the top 5 of the majority of the world's charts in January of 2003. There's Gotta Be More to Life, unfortunately, slipped through the ether. She does have a really cool music video, which I remember watching on like pop-up video on VH1, or was that MTV? One or the other. And the guy who directed it has a very specific, we're going to watch it. It's like very green screen where she plays each different character and it kind of like her face morphs into the next character. And he directed, the same guy, all these years later, did No Tears Left, Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande. And got No Tears Left to Cry.
And I love that video.
Yeah. So you know how it's very like green screen, like what's going on, and very freaky deaky. So he did that one too. Oh, and one of our least favorite Taylor Swift songs.
What?
Me.
Oh, I don't love that song.
But you know visually how it's very like green screen.
Yeah, he's like
that's
completely on studio set.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like into that. He's loving it, and I'm listing it. So a fun fact: in 2001, when Stacey was just 14 years old, she toured with Destiny's Child on the Survivor tour.
Really?
Yeah, I
They don't
think
even,
that's
like-
really young.
They don't even like really They don't even seem like they're like similar artists.
No, and that's why I was a little confused by it too. I don't.
Good for
maybe
her, though.
The record label, I guess.
Maybe.
So then in 2000, because I was wondering what happened to her. Like, what is she up to?
What does she up to?
Or like, where did her career go and why? So in 2006, she had an entire album that leaked online in America. And this was in 2006 where like that kind of stuff happened. But she only released the album in Japan and she never released it in the US or Canada.
Ever?
And then she just like never came out with anything ever again.
Is she on Instagram? Did you look her up?
So she is on Instagram, and right now she runs this. It's called the Nile Project, which helps, quote, women prioritize their healing through reclaiming their intuition, creativity, and voice. The world is beautifully disrupted, making healing possible for all. I copy and pasted that. That didn't sound like a full sentence, but maybe I did.
Good
that
for
wrong.
her. Whatever. She's taking a step back. She
Yeah,
wants to
so
do her
she's-
nonprofit. Let her
and
live.
She looks the same. She looks great. She's a gorgeous girl with a gorgeous voice. But that song is "There's Gotta Be." Well, it's actually "More to Life," and then in parentheticals before that, it's "There's Gotta Be."
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I don't like know that song that well, but every time it's on, I love the way that you act because you really pop off. You love that song. You
I
love that song.
love that song. Sam, if you're listening to this, you love that song too. Anyway, so what is your camp song?
No, good choice. I've been feeling very emo this week and very nostalgic as well.
Yeah.
So I went down a Regina Spektor kind of rabbit hole.
Okay, not the kind of emo I was picturing.
No, Regina Spektor is like a very specific kind of artist. I feel like she does not get a lot of like conversation about her. I think her contributions to music are incredible. Her voice is so specific, but also feels very of an entire genre that no longer exists in the public space.
Yeah, like 2005
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, even a little earlier than that too. It's kind of like that, like all-encompassing, like art house alt.
Is she
singers.
American?
So actually, she's not. She is American technically, but she was born in Russia, and she immigrated here when she was 9 years old in '89. But she was born there in 1980.
Okay.
And then she pursued music. She was like kind of went to like a music program in New York or whatever, and then was writing like just beautiful music. And when she got picked up by her record label, like in her like late teens, early 20s, like they almost didn't even believe that she was writing this music because they were like, how can someone so young and like. And they were judging her by her physical characteristics, like make music like that. She's like, baby, it's just in me. So my song is Samson.
Do you want to sing a little bit? Because I don't even know if I know
I
that
don't think I
one.
can really sing a little bit because I feel like I'm not going to hit the keys and it's not going to sound right. And I don't know if a lot of people are super familiar with it, but if you're a Regina Spektor fan, you definitely are. To me, it's just like a very like weird song in the sense where it's like it feels happy and nostalgic to me, but also so sad in what it's about. Like I listened to it today and I literally cried. I took a picture of myself because one thing about me, if I'm crying, I'm taking a photo of it, and that's hey, I'm just a girl, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like just I want to capture my sadness.
Okay.
You don't like that?
No.
Oh wait, well, it's a song about unconditional love. Is like what it really is about, and like lyrically, I'll read a little right about it. Samson references the biblical episode of Samson and Delilah found in Jude 16. Do you know the story of Samson is?
No.
He was a very strong, powerful man, and he found out that like all of his like super strength, like Hercules ass bitch, was all in his hair, and he fell in love with this girl Delilah, and Delilah knew that all of his power was locked in his hair, and Delilah in the middle of the night had servants cut his hair.
Why was she bothered by it?
She was just kind of like that bitch. She was like, it's very like the Bible sometimes has a lot of like juicy stories. Like, okay, who thought of that?
Hey there, Delilah.
Isn't that crazy? So like in this story, like she kind of references like that whole thing with like Samson, but how like in her version, like Samson's like very forgiving, and like I think he might be in the Bible as well.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, but it's just like a really sad song. Like, you are my sweetest downfall. I can't even do it because she's like, I loved you first. It's so good. Oh my God. I love it. And this is part where she goes, and the Bible didn't mention us. I can't even explain it to you, but if you know the build of the songs, but I will say I was reading the YouTube comments, say before the podcast recording, because I was trying to like figure out why I like it so much, and everyone was saying the same thing. And someone commented this, and it literally made me well up. It's so beautiful. I think music is the closest we can get to time travel. I first heard this beautiful song in 2007, and I go back to that year, to those feelings, to the friends I won't see ever again in this lifetime, every time I hear it. Isn't that something to think about, campers? That music is like our closest thing to time travel.
It's so true.
And that's how I kind of feel about this song too. It like takes me back to like a different version of myself.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. She is beautiful. And I need to like figure out what she's up to and really like bring her back into my like realm of music, because she makes me feel certain things. And if an artist can make me sad, I love them.
Well, I like that. That's a beautiful, beautiful, touching song.
As is yours, Miss Rigo.
Thank you.
Well, I think that's all we have for today's episode here at Camp Shady Birch, episode 69.
Ooh, thank you guys so much for listening.
Everybody get freaky today. Why not? Campers orders. Stop. No, we're not doing that. Anyway.
Don't be silly, Covery Willie. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, give us a 5-star and a little review wherever you listen to us. It helps us out a lot. What is wrong with me? It's just late. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for listening.
Yes, and we also have a camp, like our cabin vlog on Patreon. We're also doing we're going to make our French onion soup. I really want to do that. Like, I think like at baseline, we should share it with the campers. Like, come on, we just talked about it for like 10 minutes. So let's do our French onion soup vlog. That'll also be on Patreon. With that being said, lights out, campers.